I don't even know what my purpose is of this video. Maybe just bring awareness. A lot of times if you don't know somebody or you don't see it, you just write it off and say it's not real or it doesn't happen. So maybe this starts something, maybe it doesn't, but I'm just gonna share my top memories with my own racism when racism was being used against me. When people see me as just a black guy or something bad because of how I look. The way I look made them feel a certain way. So here goes. That's all it is real quick. My very first time I remember any racism act, the first time I remember was probably had to have been like third or fourth grade. Third or fourth. I was in Green Bay, went to Webster Elementary or something like that. And I was at my friend's house. Kid name was Justin Thurwacker. I can't find this dude on Facebook. I've been trying to find him. Justin Thurwacker. But I was kicking with my homie at his house and his sister. For whatever reason, it was just memory. Remember, she came out and said, why are you bringing black kids home? Why are you hanging out with black people? And I'm half black, I'm half white. I grew up mostly around my mom and her family. Until I was 12 when my mom passed away. But all I'm saying is, so I didn't really know I was black at this point. That's just my earliest memory. And when you know what he told me? He told her to shut up. She left, and he told me he literally did this. This is 100%. I remember this shit. It impacted me. Put his arm around my shoulder and told me, "I don't care if you're black. You're my friend." That's what he told him. And I guess maybe that kind of made me dismiss what she said. Maybe I didn't know I was black. I didn't know shit, but I dismissed what she said. Maybe just because how he made me feel after. So that can kind of show you maybe a good feeling can trump a negative or a bad one. I was offended, but I didn't know why I was offended. I was just offended because she was trying to offend me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know shit about being black. Another moment, 5th grade, we're at Camp Unalaya. All the schools go together or whatever, elementary schools. I don't remember. We were just kids talking shit, and one of the kids from the other elementary school called me a nigger from across the way. Just yelled it, "Fuck you, nigger." I didn't really know what that meant. That was my first time being called that. I didn't really know too much. I knew it was bad, but I didn't understand the depth of it. I went home, told my mom and everybody, and they got to the bottom of that shit. Then 6th grade was a wild turn. That's kind of when you leave elementary school and they put all the kids together. And that was weird. That was when I kind of knew I was black. And that was weird because it was like, you almost got to pick a side with that shit. It's weird as fuck. Especially in a small town like Green Bay where there's a lot of prejudice and there's not as many minorities. Maybe there's more now, a lot more Mexicans, but that was weird. That was the first time we were called niggers a lot when people were doing it. But I want to use the actual, it was weird. It was little things. It wasn't really a big one. It was a lot of bullshit with race that I was learning and stuff like that. I was just kind of finding myself and figuring out who I was. I was when I let my hair grow and stuff like that. I didn't know shit. It was just like, I knew I was black mostly because everybody was telling me, and most people was telling me I was white. Black people told me, but they was still like, man, look at me as black, especially the ones there, because I was light skinned or half white. But fucking fast forward, 9th grade, Preble High School. The hunters or group of white kids, whatever, the ones that are super rednecky. I'm not trying to offend rednecks. I got rednecks in my family. I fucking hang out in the woods and shit. I don't care, man. What I was saying is that these dudes was like the stereotype redneck white dude. These were the stereotype. Like the stereotype black person that sags their pants to their knees and has huge shit and cursing and that's the stereotype. Like this is that stereotype of the racist white dude. And these dudes were calling us niggers and throwing up weird signs and shit at us and attacked us and we fought and there was like a fucking little fight in the school. People got arrested and shit. That was huge. That impacted me. I moved to Madison. It wasn't as much here, but it happened with one police officer, Officer Natera. He wouldn't come out and say it, but I knew what he was doing. He knew what he was fucking doing to me. I was going to school after lunch. The bell rang. I missed the bell by like a minute, literally going to school. He stopped me, claimed I looked suspicious while I wasn't in school. Yeah, put me in handcuffs, tried to just embarrass me. Literally, as he was hollering out to me, there were kids leaving, like 3 white kids leaving school. He didn't do shit. He didn't even say nothing to them or nothing. Nothing. Walking through the street. When he grabbed me up, I'm easy, I'm not going to fight back. I'm probably used to being in trouble, so I'm not going to fight as much. I'm not going to say things. I'm probably going to curse and give him a reason to arrest me, so he fucked with me. But I was quiet and I was cool and he let me go after he fucking disrespected me and stuff. But see, like that real quick, I'll say there's ways to deal. Like people would be like, yeah, you were in school and he had reason to, but you don't have to put a kid in handcuffs to find out where they're going or what they're doing. You can ask them what they're doing. I'm literally on the school's property about 50 feet from the door. So if he didn't, he's doing that to scare and embarrass and boost his ego. And there's a lot more times. I went to Mr. Roberts, my cousin. All I'm saying is, those are the big times. Those are the things that impacted me. That shit's real. That shit happened to me. It happens to many more people in much more ways. The things that I experienced are very light and they're almost nothing compared to some of the things other people say. You watch the videos on YouTube, Trump supporters at these rallies and people just going out. Not all Trump supporters, but what Trump has done is he's ignited the people that have been kind of on the back burner with their racism. They keep it quiet, they keep it low. Now he's kind of given them a platform where they feel confident and they don't feel ashamed or they feel strong. They feel like they have numbers. Now they're willing to say and do shit. The people that are not all Trump supporters, but the ones that are wild, those motherfuckers are crazy, man. And they're out here. They don't care. You can find the videos. They're just calling people niggers and calling you're worthless. White people, white lives matter, black lives. Like it's crazy, man. So that's why I'm sharing this. Did a little experience on my life and what a black person goes through from youth. And like I say, you might not even know what they're calling you, but you know it's bad. That's just my experience with racism. Share yours.